Good evening. The Dolores County Broadcasting Network presents the DCTV 4-H Evening News Program for Tuesday, February 27th, 2018. Camera person tonight, Devin, video engineer and producer, Daniel, and sound engineer. And teleprompter and prompter will be Myra. Our news anchor is Nick, and our meteorologist, Hannah. This is your news director, Edward. And now, the news.
The weather program. I'll keep our kids news show on there about becoming a sponsor. To buy sponsorship, just call 970-677-4119. The story is from the Cortez Journal. The following story is from the Journal of Cortez. Plane crash kills 4 near Dove Creek. 4 people died in a plane crash Thursday near the Colorado-Utah border. Shortly after leaving Grand Junction, according to the Civil Air Patrol, the plane left Grand Junction Regional Airport about 10 a.m. Thursday and was bound for Albuquerque. It fell off radar about 3 minutes later, the air pilot said. Jen Kellenlinger, a spokeswoman for the Colorado Wing Civil Air Patrol, said search crews found the wreckage of the Piper Lance on Friday evening in an area eroded with canyons and covered in a foot of snow, according to Associated Press. She initially said the plane crashed near the town of Dolores, but the Air Patrol later said it went down across the border near Monticello, Utah. According to the Daily Sentinel, the Grand Junction, the Piper Lance airplane is registered to Kopp family farms in Alberta, Canada. Bill Koff, 64, was the pilot of the plane. His son, John Koff, was according to that his brother Clint Koff and his friend Tim Muller, 28, and Ron McKenzie, 66, were killed. The Federal Aviation Administration and National Transportation Safety Board were investigating. In a Facebook post on Friday, San Juan County Sheriff Rick Eldridge said searchers found the plane about 5 p.m. and his office would turn the investigation over to the Federal Aviation Administration. Civil Air Patrol crew from New Mexico assisted in the search along with authorities from Utah and Colorado, according to the Air Patrol. The following story is from the Journal. Book sets the record straight about Crazy Horse. When author William Madison set out to help write Crazy Horse, the Lakota warrior's life and legacy, he was trying to fulfill a deathbed promise he made to his father. My dad was in World War II, and the drill sergeant used to ask who won the Battle of Little Bighorn, and he said the Indians did. That was the wrong answer, he said. Apparently, he held a grudge, and he passed it to his son. He was going to write a book on the native side. But life got in the way. Then his father got lymphoma. On his deathbed, he asked me to do it. It wasn't really my deal, but I said okay. Madison said you can't say no. What happened next was a year-long quest that only led him to meet with members of Crazy Horse's family, who have been working on establishing their bloodlines as a result of a federal court case against the Hornell Brewing Company. The result of that meeting is the book which Madison and Crazy Horse family members Floyd Clown and Doug War Eagle will be enduring a talk about on Tuesday during a public library. It will be their 95th book signing. For Madison, writing the book was not an easy task. There was the family's trust to be gained, ensuring accuracy and being able to write about the family's spiritual journey, spiritual ceremonies, and being able to interpret them so people outside the culture could understand what they meant to the Lakota. I wasn't nervous about it because it was my dad's request. He wanted a book. I was the documentary filmmaker, and something I felt comfortable with was doing a script, but it ended up being a book anyways. So it's like it was ordained the way it happened. For Clown, the path to a book began with that case against Hornell. When researchers into the family's bloodline found that the administrator of the Crazy Horse estate was actually a family member. Clown was an adopted administrator, and the quest for family's truth and undoing misconceptions about Crazy Horse began. Because there are 3,000 of us today, we wanted to make sure that each family member heard the same story, how the oral history is told. This is what we did for the family, he said. We made this book originally for children and grandchildren, so we made sure that these oral histories were told and were accurate. Clown said that even though the book was for the family, they felt compelled to release it far beyond the 3,000 members. When we were almost done with the book, they said that because they used my grandfather's name around the world, that I would have to share it with the world, he said. For people outside of family, there are lessons in the book Clem wants people to take away. Always be truthful and honest. That's the only way we'll have trust in this world. One of my grandfathers said these few things are missing in the world: truth, honesty, and trust. Then no more assumptions. It's time for truth, he said. Like one of my grandfathers said, grandson, you have two sets of eyes, one you see with and one with your heart. Through your eyes, you see the real truth. Don't be looking with just one set of eyes at what you see. Look with your heart through your eyes and see the real truth. Stories from the Washington Post. Spectacular fossils found at Bears Ears, right where Trump removed protections. Fossil bed is part of the Chinle Formation, an ancient river and floodplain. Deposits that run through the center original monument President Barack Obama designated in December 2016. But that sedimentary rock also contains uranium, which has made it more commercially attractive than other parts of the Bears Ears. In December, the Washington Post reported that the firm Energy Fuels Resources lobbied Interior Department officials to shrink the boundaries of the monument, part to allow the company greater access to areas where it held uranium mining rights, Trump's Bears Ears. The new find at Bears Ears underscores the fact that Utah is home to key paleontological deposits and changes in natural monuments that could affect the course of future scientific research. One of the reasons Grand Staircase Escalante was first designated in 1996, for example, was because of its value as a paleontological site. Its Carpivatos Plateau ranks as one of the most important examples of the Mesozoic era, and Polly noted that it has yielded 27 new species never been known to science before. But now nearly half of the Kaparowitz Plateau falls outside the new boundaries, Polly noted, including nearly all the tropic shell, roughly 94 million year old swath of rock. The Trump Monument Proclamation identifies as protected object. More broadly, Polly has identified 472 known scientifically important sites that now lie outside Grand Staircase's Escalante's boundaries. Polly said he is the most worried about the tropic shell because it contains commercially valuable shell gas deposits and accessible by road. If shell gas development took place there, you would also be splintering all the fossils in it and erasing all the geochemical signals that tell us about the extinction and the chemistry of the time. Gay's team has also been nervous, in part because they've determined during the course of the research that the site has been looted. The team found plaster that had been made to encase a portion of the skull. Gay alerted the BLM's district paleontologist to the problem. The Brewer official told him that its Arizona office had a fragment of the fossil that was surrendered in 2008 by a collector who lacked a permit. The team matched the fossil to the recent Bears Eaters find, proving that it came from the same site. Now for dumb laws in New Jersey. Drivers must warn those they pass on the highways before they do so. Spray paint may not be sold without a posted sign warning juveniles of the penalty for creating graffiti. Handcuffs may not be sold to minors. All motorists must hug before passing in their car. Bicyclists, skaters, and even a skateboarder. It is illegal to wear a bulletproof vest while committing murder. One must yield a phone line to a person if it is an emergency. You cannot pump your own gas. It is against the law for a man to tune it during the fishing season. It is against the law to frown at a police officer. In attempt to foster kindness, the citizens in New Jersey, the month of May is designated Kindness Awareness Month. Now for the weather with Hannah.
The current temperature is 48 degrees. The high for today was 49 degrees. The low was 23 degrees. The barometer is at 29.88 inches and is falling. The humidity is at 20%. The wind has been between 1 and 10 miles per hour from the northwest. Gusts have been up to 23 miles per hour from the west. There have been 0 hundredths of inches moisture measured today by the DCTV weather station. Moisture for the month is 77 hundredths of an inch. Moisture for the year is 46 hundredths of an inch. And now for the big map. We have rain plus rain mixed with snow along the Washington, Oregon, and northern California coasts. From central Washington Into western Montana, there is snow. Thunderstorms, thunderstorms, and rain mixed with snowstorms in southern California and in the Baja. Rain mixed with snow run from southern California into southern New Mexico. Snow starts in Nevada and goes into Wyoming. Goes into Wyoming, northern Colorado, and New Mexico. Most of the central part of this country is clear. There is rain and thunderstorms beginning in Texas, trailing along the southern Georgia line into southern Georgia, then into northern Iowa and Illinois. Flash flooding is possible from Oklahoma into Tennessee and the South and Mississippi into Texas. Maine has snow coming down. Florida has rain along the Atlantic coast. The rest of the East Country coast is clear between Maine and Florida. Now for your exclusive DC TV 5-day forecast. Wednesday, snow showers, high 40, low 19. Thursday, partly sunny, high 44, low 28. Breezy on Friday, 5:50, low 31. Saturday, partly sunny, high 47, low 26. Sunday, snow showers, high 39, low 19. Now for our climate change report. CO2, carbon dioxide, is one of the principal causes of climate change. So it is important that we report the CO2 weekly change. CO2 traps heat in the atmosphere, which causes climate instability. The result is significant swings worldwide of moisture and hot and cool temperatures. But it is important to note that the overall long-term climate trend is that the planet is warming. The following are the CO2 numbers in parts per million. Last week, 408.48. Week before last, 408.39. 1 year ago, 406.73. 10 years prior, 385.19. 50 years ago, 323.50. Thank you, Dr. Peter Chans of the National Oceanographic Atmospheric Administration and Michael McGee of the CO2.org website for this information. Remember, you can keep our kids' news show on air buying a sponsorship. To buy a sponsorship, just call 970-677-4119. Thank you. Now back to our news director.
And that's the end of today's DCTV 4-H news program. This is your news director, Edward. Good night, and thank you for watching.